90s cool tone, I'm in. I had to recreate this look my friend Alexander French did. Let's get into it. So this look is actually right up my alley, and I know you're thinking, what are you doing? This is a 90s cool tone look. I'll tell you what I'm doing. We're doing some color theory. So whenever I really want something to stay super cool toned, just use a whisper of blue eyeshadow base. This one's from City Color. And I'm going to be using a few Urban Decay things because I know that Alex is the new artist in residence for Urban Decay. So also this is just a really easy cool tone palette. But to make sure that it stays extra cool tone on my undertone, we're gonna do just a whisper of blue eyeshadow base. Now I'm going to go in with this shade that's gonna go on our brow bone. Start to brighten that up a little bit. We're using the dense end of a D2. And then I'm just gonna wipe off the brush, and already we're gonna use this shade, and this blue again should just keep it extra cool. And the blue will get covered. If it sounds spookable right now, it does get covered because we're gonna layer eyeshadow on top of this as well. Now remember, I said that we're gonna be adding shadow. It's not going to look this gray, but it's definitely going to keep us cooler. But I wanted to show you what this looks like on my skin. Do you see how warm that is? And if I had just put that on my lids, because of my undertone, it could pull a little bit warmer. So that's a really good thing to think of, especially if you are a working makeup artist. To have a little bit of a blue eyeshadow base is not a bad thing. Imagine that I even put that on top and then it does get warmer. It's fun. But let's just start with this shade on an E28, just on one side. And to get that really nice definition that's pretty deep in our socket and doesn't creep out too far, putting it on the one side and pushing it into the socket is a really good idea. If you're not really sure about your eye shape, this just kind of does the work for you. That's why I made it a little bit more flat. And that's our E28, friends. Just on the one side, push it in, and just kind of go back and forth, feeling around. It's a little creepy, but you definitely learn your eye shape this way. Then I'm taking a whisper of that cream again. Remember, this isn't set, and I'm just going to soften the edges. I love doing that with this palette because it's very much a shadow. Can you believe that? Eyeshadow being a shadow. It's one of the really pretty parts about this. So one of the easiest ways to do it is to take the cream that we were using and just kind of keeping that shape and melting it into the powder. Just going on the very top of it. I'm not bringing it into the socket. Just keeping with that soft shade. Now we need this. That's gonna go on our brow bone, and don't be afraid to really build that up. Oh, look how pretty and soft that looks. Just shaded pretty deep into the socket. Not going up too high when I relax. Like where we're headed, my friends. I'm just gonna keep building up the brow bone, and I'm pressing that into the base. That way it gets really nice and smooth. I'm gonna mix these two shades. And in between takes, I am listening to 𝗕𝗲𝘂𝘁𝗗𝗃. This is a very authentic 90s look. So it looks like it's shaded in here, and we have a little bit of the eye base there, so we'll be good to go on that. It's a very, very soft spotlight. It looks to be that way to me, I should say, from the one pick I have. So we're gonna take it there, and then we'll come back in just a second, and we will highlight the center of the lid. And then there's a little bit of a smudge, which I'm excited for that. This is me. Okay, we're taking that, and I'm just gonna take a dense brush, and I'm going to kind of, let me look straight ahead, just really build this up right in the center. Get it really nice and flat. That's when creasing happens, is if we don't get it flat enough. Then we'll take this and go right on top. Delightful, my friends. I'm gonna use one of my favorite liners, the Urban Decay 24/7 Liquid Stick. I love it because it's at an angle. Anytime you got an angle, case in point right here, most of the brushes, angles just make things so much easier. So I'm just gonna push it backwards into my lashes, and this is a great eye look for someone that doesn't really trust themselves with a wing. And you know what? I can do a wing, but I don't trust myself that I'm not gonna give y'all 𝗕𝗲𝘂𝘁𝗗𝗂𝘁. I get wild. So I also love this formula because it doesn't crumble. So if I want to keep going back in and building up at the base, it never crumbles. It's just a really nice, well thought out formula. It really reminds me of a pot concealer, but in a much easier form. So I just take this and I'm going to keep smudging. And to get a really good smudge is to build slowly. Start to bring it this way. This is a really good way to get lift to the eye without worrying about folds. So it's kind of starting here as well and letting that meet that way. As you can see, my eyes just aren't as taut as they once were, and I'm happy. We're all having fun, but this really helps with the looser skin there. Perfect. And I'm just gonna keep smudging and blending. We'll grab a little brown in just a second, but the eye is pretty much almost done. Taking some of that liner under here, get that precision. And I'm gonna switch brushes just to do less of a smudge and more of a pool. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. E26. There you go. Just keep it very close to the lash line. Make sure that all of the gaps here are really nice and filled. And then we'll tidy this up in a second and you'll see that it's gonna look like the picture. This brush is coming soon, but I'm gonna take this again. We're gonna go back and forth. And it's definitely a tight line. And I find that with this brush, I've just been able to get the easiest tight line ever. Did you see how easy that was? So we're just taking that gel pencil that's already on there. And I feel that coming from underneath is so much easier. I'm very excited for this brush. Look, it still has the prototype sticker on it. Later this year. But you can go on top too. I like to go on top of the lashes if I'm doing falsies. You can do this with your mascara. I'm getting ahead of myself with the brush, but it really is helpful. Micellar water, and this looks very tight underneath here, so that's why I want to go ahead and get that on right now. That way I can clean it up. But this doesn't look quite as... You know what I'm saying. So I'm just going to take the micellar water on the C30, but instead of going like that, I'm going to kind of tap downward and just pat it away. Don't ask me. Let's just do an Ardell 424. This is a half lash. And then I have Duo Line It Lash It on there already. And I feel like this adds to the cat eye effect without having to do a full cat eye wing. And I'll clamp it on. Nice. So I've also been using a little bit of the orange to darken my concealer. My concealer is way too light for me right now. I was looking, I don't know what I was looking like, but it was not good for me. So then I'll darken my concealer, just a whisper. And we don't have to mix it together. The brush should be able to mix it. I should do a before and after video of darkening. But look, I'm still getting a really nice brightening effect. And I will kind of just move this around through the center of my face. But if you want to brighten, we could just take a whisper of the white. I can't really see what I'm doing. I'm filming completely with back camera right now. And I have a mirror, but it's very far away. And since we have so much balance underneath, it's not going to turn gray. And if we want to just brighten in strategic areas, we absolutely can with the white. So if you trust me, we're going to do something a little bit fun. I'm going to take my LA Girl Orange Mixing Pigment. And y'all know I've been into bronzer transitions lately, but if I do this underneath my foundation, it kind of just creates a really nice bronzer. So I'm just able to use the mixing pigment kind of as a pre-bronze. I'll still reach for another one, but if I get this really, really flat, just underpaint. I know it seems so spookable. I don't want orange either. But once I add my undertone and skin tone on top, it's been really, really delightful. So let's just get this super smoothed out and ready with our C43. This one's made for underpainting because it just gets it super flat, but keeps it really nice and pigmented. This might seem like madness too, but I love this cushion foundation, but I love it even more when I just grab it. Look at that on the C42. and it just deposits the perfect amount, and I can slowly build. I've worn this for 10 hours one day and it wore absolutely beautifully. I really do like this, but I know it seems so wrong with the brush, but something about the density is just delightful. See how pretty that is underneath there? I told y'all I wasn't sassing. I'm serious here. Let's do our forehead too. And I also just think it's really easy to do this. I like it. I'll do more bronzer now. I actually bought this while I was in California. This one's Westman Atelier 𝗕𝗲 Parfait 2. And I just mixed them. And I wanted to layer just a little bit more of this color. I love this, by the way. I did not expect to love this. Whether I'm doing glam, no makeup, you can already see I have been tearing into this thing. I just think it looks so natural on my skin tone. And I am gonna go just a little bit above. Mostly above. I'm going a little bit on. I need to hold this further back so it does its job. Just kind of warming up and transitioning. I feel like the blush is peachy, but it's very faint. So let's go ahead and add just a little bit of this NARS blush here. It's one of my favorite shades, by the way. And I like to do this before powder. I feel like not only does the color show up a little bit more true since it's going on wet foundation, but it also goes on more smoothly, especially if I'm applying with the 𝗕𝗲𝘂𝘁. All right, let's do our final set here. This always makes me smile. I feel like it just really blurs and smooths. Now I will go around these edges here. And because I do not want a heavy set, I'll grab our 𝗕𝗲𝘂𝘁 and then just lightly go on top of our bronzer and blush. We're back up close. I'm gonna finish my little tight line here with our fan brush and a little bit of that gel liner. And we're almost to lips. This is Urban Decay lip liner. This is the shade Side Quest, and it dries a little bit cooler if you can see that. And it's been one of my favorite colors. And I'm gonna do a whisper of this Urban Decay lip toy. This is Nitro Brew. Did I get the name right? Nitro Buzz. I know, but it has to do with coffee, so that's why. But I just want a whisper of it. These are actually really pigmented. Perfect. Friends, let's check our work. When did I get this tan? The lip is pretty spot on, but I am definitely a couple shades darker. And she definitely has a more olive undertone in this picture, but I like this look a lot. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed painting it. Make sure you're following Alex. I'm sure you already are, but she's such an incredible artist and she's very inspiring. So make sure you're following her. I love you all with all of my heart. Until the next video, bye for now.